Hey y'all, I've been asleep. When God say lay down, you just lay down. It don't matter where you at. When I was sleeping in my car and he say lay down, I just lay down. You tired. I don't know who this is for. I usually don't do readings this late. Since I haven't been in a stable situation. But this is for somebody who going through something like I'm going through. You on a path and it's part of the path. You may have been through it before, something similar, but not the same thing. You could be taken through this a lot in life. Even though, let's see, my dot's gone, y'all. I'll be right back because I can't be on here without my bendies. Because people will attack you, and I ain't never, you know, underestimate nobody. I'll be right back, y'all. It's taking me 2 seconds. I know that people had a habit of asking God to reveal their enemies. And a lot of times when you do that, you be shocked at who he reveals. Sometimes God will reveal who people are in your life based off of him taking everything from you. Sometimes it happens like that in your life often or not often. It just depends. However, you do work. You do have drive, you do have ambitions, you do have goals, you have worked or you do work. Some way you make your own money and you wouldn't have it any other way. However, God does come along and dismantle your whole world to see who in the world will help you out of this situation. And sometimes it's a direct correlation to you asking in previous prayers, but you may not even remember. God, anybody that don't do right by me, anybody that's talking about me, anybody that doesn't have my best interests at heart, remove them or reveal who my enemies are. People, this is a prayer that I know a lot of people ask God to do in their lives. And then you're left with the task of humiliation because if you have to go through certain tests that God put you through, and sometimes you don't recognize it as a test from God, you just think it's a test either from the universe or, growing pains. It's just something you got to go through on the road to living out your life purpose or whatever it is that you want to do. However, more often than not, God is personally impersonal. How they say we are perfectly imperfect, God is personally impersonal. So he'll use his creation to see and to gauge where they're at in the mastery of what he left them dominion over. So sometimes, I don't know if this happens to you, but I'm feeling some people it has happened to and it's happening to. You put in a situation where you have to ask for something. And you're the type of person that don't like asking for anything because you can get it on your own. You just keep getting put in these situations. Kind of shit. I don't want to appear like no user. Da, 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 da. You know how we talk. And it's not the fact that you need to be humbled. It's not the fact that you need to, sometimes you gotta, you know, be okay with asking because you pretty much don't ask nobody for nothing. So, now it's your time to ask kind of shit. No, I don't think so. I feel like God is personally impersonal. He uses certain people for causes to get a certain effect out of other people just to gauge his creation. It's way more to it than just, you know, our personal problems, so to speak. Because everybody got them, and they always gonna pull one out their ass when it comes to why they didn't do or why they felt the way, or I got shit going on too. Okay. However, what God does with me, I never really ask anybody. If I ask somebody for over $100, I'm really in a situation. Because I know how to live without asking people for shit. So if I ask, it's God's doing a lot of times. Because I'll sit there and say, I could go ahead and go without whatever, that is needed for what I do for a living, personal usage, whatever the case may be. I can go ahead and suck it up buttercup. Because life has presented me with so many situations where I had to suck it up buttercup. So it ain't shit for me to keep sucking it up, unbeknownst to people that he sends me to ask for shit from. Petty money. Ancestors do it too, to gauge their creation as far as who they gave birth to, who's a part of their lineage. That goes with generational curse breaking to some degree. It's kind of like separating the wheat from the tare till you see what use you can get out of the tare. I'm sure you could get something out of it. I'll Google it after this. However, God's mindset is, how do these people ask me for things, but when I send one of them to ask another one of them for help, the one that I send can rarely get it. But I seem to be giving this person oxygen, places to live, cars. It's extensive. What he sees. This ain't me, because either way you are, I swear, he know I'm ready to go. I don't got to see another stop sign, another stoplight, or another bird. I ain't going to capture. If you seen one part of the earth, you seen it all, okay? Elements, water, fire, earth, air, which you can't see, but sometimes you can, depending on how it's set up. Like a diffuser. Vape. Smoke kind of shit. I was saying to myself, really my ancestors, who is myself, like, it is so fucking crazy when God sends you to ask people. You're not gonna get. They're gonna fall off either from consistency, something tied to their ego, some form of assumption, or previous hurt, which has absolutely nothing to do with them helping you. It's either a yes or a no. How it should be. However, when the excuses and all that shit, especially when it's affordable and you can do it. How do I know? Because I was that person. And no, everybody ain't like me. However, the humane thing to do, or the uh, fellow man thing to do, is to help where you can. Because you never know when you may need that same help. We say that shit. But I'm always God's test dummy. I mean, I don't mind, use me, Lord, kind of situation. However, people get it chopped and screwed. This stuff be you. And they don't realize some of their prayers and stuff that they ask and stuff that they say, it manifests itself. And sometimes, if not, more often than not, the least likely vessel. The least of these. It's just the way it is. So when people refrain from helping me, from whatever they got in their chest muscle, I be scared for them. This real talk. It's like wanting them to pass the test. Because you know you're being used as a test dummy to test this person. The fiber of who they are, their character, what they mean. And really, it's also a part of you asking God to remove whoever isn't. And sometimes it's way more, I don't want to say deep, because it ain't depth. It's length. Who he knows you'll need farther down the line. Trying to see who can make the cut because of who you'll need. Clearly, you'll need people with consistency. Clearly, you need people that's going to let their yes be their yes and their no be their no. Clearly, you're going to need people that keep their word. Clearly, you're going to need people that do unto others. Clearly, you're going to need people that wouldn't want for you what they wouldn't want for themselves. And I'm crazy enough, but not really. Just, I guess you could say, spiritually adept enough to know to a degree that God watches you and I to gauge what we need. There's sometimes we don't even know we need, or what we don't need that we think that we do. Some of this shit, it be mind blowing. I just keep seeing glimpses and hearing contact lists because I'm trying to articulate how I feel like God looks at us sometimes. Just scrolling our contact list. And him seeing who we don't need. Based off of what they don't supply. Even if it's a genuine word of concern, a genuine good morning, a genuine how are you, a genuine do you need anything, and not just saying that but waiting to hear if you do need anything so they can prepare themselves to get it and get it to you. It's not a big deal. Because God, let me tell you how God slams dunk all of creation, especially man. Woman is in man, so I just say man. Everybody asks him for something. Even if you're asking his creation, can I get a large iced coffee, and you're an atheist? You're still asking his creation for something. You didn't create it. Their parents didn't even create it. They were just the vessel to get you and I here. And they're responsible for God's creation, even as animals. It's deep, and it's long, and it's wide, and it's everything. It seems like we know shit and we say shit cliche where maybe we don't know. We just say it because we heard it, but we don't really parse it. We don't parse through it. We don't look into it. We don't digest it. We don't dissect it. We don't really try to understand certain shit that we just say. Maybe that's why we don't do any goddamn thing. And then make excuses for why we didn't do or why we did do. He just slams dunk. He just slaps everybody like this. I'll be like, damn. Because you asked for something. But when he says a test dummy to ask you, and you got it, let's get away from 1,000. Let's get away from 1,000. If you in that type of money with somebody asking you for $1,000 and in your world that's like $5 or $25, then you just come down to earth with us. And we gonna say under 1K you asking somebody for. And they got it. And don't feed me that poverty shit. Don't feed me that I gotta have a nest egg shit. Don't feed me none of that shit. And I'll use myself as the reason why you wouldn't be able to. And it ain't about that's you. No, don't bring me that shit either. If you got it and it's doable and you still got money left over and your bills is paid and you can still go get you something to eat, buy you a fit and everything else, send it on, send it through. And it'll get sent back to you. And not necessarily from the person that you gave it to. A lot of shit is just fear-based. That's it. And a lot of excuses, a lot of fear. Because they don't be having nothing to do with what the fuck somebody asked you for. That a lot of times, let's keep it real, everyday people, is under $100. And if you getting in on some illegal shit, then you really goofy because you don't understand checks and balances. Back in the day, dope boys used to bring their money to the church for it to get blessed. To me, that was more smart than not. It shows a conscience. Shows I want to stay the fuck out of the penitentiary. I know what I'm doing ain't right, but I'm helping so many people at the same time. That's checks and balances. I'm literally living other people's lives. Alon's seeing this. He keeps popping the car deadbeat. Because I went and bought 2 Lucy cigarettes. There's some shit my deadbeat baby daddy would do. I'm living in my sister's house. I wouldn't live here. It's not my cup of tea. Am I too good to live here? No. I've had to stay here, but I didn't want to, and I was out this bitch in 3 months. Because it's not mine. First of all. He said, so people got you out of your apartment to bring you here just for you to sit and do what? Nothing? So this was their plan for you. Or this is why people should stay out of my business. Allah talking. He watches your lives and what people do to you. that you're unaware that they're doing to you because you're minding your fucking business. And then here comes the accusations that you're crazy. Here comes the accusations that you're stable. Yet, through Allah's eyes, keep popping this card. Every time I'm pulling from this deck trying to get an answer. I'm not talking about a combination of human beings that make up the essence of God. No. How the fuck are you always on the threshold? Never getting a breakthrough, but you're always a bridge to other people. And mind you, this motherfucker is on one thread. So you don't get a graduation cap for agape love. It's kind of like a requirement in order to graduate. He watches y'all. He really do. All of who Allah is, or God as some people call him, I can't tell you that. It's just too big. It's too wide. It's too everything. But I do know it's not the culmination of man, because look what man has become. The living. Now, those on the other side, at some point, of course, you wouldn't say you got a spirit team. You wouldn't say you had ancestors and angels and all of this. You know that it has to be something greater than what you see every day. Because there's some shit that you don't see. But you've done so wrong and so bad. And Allah's going to deal with them people. They can come up with every excuse that they want to. But through God's eyes, they full of shit. And they're demons. Who have been made other than themselves because they didn't do self-evaluation. They allowed their ego to lead for most of their lives. So people going to come to some strong realizations before they get on their deathbed. Since a lot of people don't know what the fuck is going on until they're on their deathbed. This is just a collective reading. Clearly about money. Because there's some people that have it and then they think that they have some type of power and control over a person that has wisdom. If I know that wisdom is better than silver and gold, if you got silver and gold and I got wisdom, all of a sudden you feel like you have more than me and keep your wisdom because I got the money. You ain't got shit, you asking me. Okay, but if you didn't have anybody to give you any wisdom, would you even have what you do have? And wisdom to me is anything that you didn't know prior to somebody telling your ass. T.D. Jakes was saying that you have to fight for what you, as a marriage, as a married couple, you have to fight. For success, you have to fight. You just have to fight. But he didn't sound like he wanted to, as he was saying that, and he shouldn't have to because that is a burden. To fight for your pursuit of happiness. To fight for your God, for real. To fight through this kind of shit. Because of these degenerate human beings that's in your contact list that don't have nothing to offer you. And because you tell the truth of their degeneracy, Now they feel like they got you just where they want you because you all that they know, and you ain't giving them, they ain't giving you shit. Now the money that they got is God's money. Let's be very clear about that, because you cannot take it with you. And you did not create a tree. You can plant one. That's it. You didn't create the oil it went in. I mean the soil it went in. You didn't create the oil that you put somebody's name in on a death spell with your intention set ass. You didn't even create set or intention, bitch. You didn't create the human mind that you misuse in your own skull. You didn't do shit but create mischief for other people so that their life experiences isn't good because you're miserable within, but you don't want to deal with the misery. But when somebody turns a light on the misery, you want to attack them or hold your hand with the resources that God gave you because it ain't yours. You're on borrowed time. And you definitely on borrowed time when you borrowing money or doing scams with money that you ain't borrowed the legal way. But you can't even help nobody with that money to clear up some karma and do some checks and balances universally. You exceed limits and then have other people having to fight for their right to enjoy the fruits of their labor. You want to say you're the reason why. If something guided you to help somebody and you did it, be mad at God. Don't be mad at the person that you was guided to help. And you shouldn't be mad at nobody. You should be humble that God used you to help somebody else and to sow into somebody that is successful in a positive way. Not in a degenerate, demonic, weird way. Nothing that's going to help humanity grow vertically. Everybody has their part to play, but we exceed limits. When it comes to dark, negative shit, we just do. But when you keep trying to attack people that are building bridges, people that understand that we're on one thread, people that try to practice agape love to the best of their ability, despite that they're getting attacked, they don't want to fight, but they gotta fight kind of shit, then you in hot water with God, bitch. Don't come looking at me. Don't come looking down at me. Don't talk about who you gonna ride up on and you gonna do this shit, bitch. You motherfuckers taking ignition and the key too motherfucking far. Because it seems to be the only sense of control your motherfucking ass got, bitch. And he'll stop your car since you think you got the power to stop other people. Who gave you the power to be able to do that, to try out your little powers? Where you get that from? Well, he need that back up off your motherfucking ass. Whose house is it? Even if you bought it, you don't own shit. You still got to pay taxes. It ain't yours. Forever and ever, amen, like a motherfucker. Clearly, somebody in this fucking country understood you can't take it with you. So keep the party going kind of shit. You ain't even a good landlord kind of shit. If you wouldn't sleep there, you definitely ain't. Death to you motherfuckers. All you motherfuckers that think you something without God. You can make somebody swallow their spit wrong and choke. Well, guess what he can do for your bitch ass? Kill your motherfucking ass. That's what he can do for you. See how you like that shit. It's just the truth. Motherfuckers stay working day and night to do what God can do in a millisecond. And still ain't humble enough or sane enough to get the fucking memo to knock it the fuck off. And then sit up there and look at that money like it's gonna do something for them. Bitch asked you for $10 and you act like you king to some motherfucking body and ain't gonna answer back and ain't gonna, and she just asking for too much. The motherfucker that's been sending some of y'all out here, y'all ask consistently because God make your ass ask over and over again. $20 here, $20 here, $10 here, $12 there, $14 here. And God gonna make these motherfuckers regret the day they didn't send you $2. With money that they got with the oxygen he put in their motherfucking ass to get up and go get it. He gonna bring you to their remembrance. And they gonna check their motherfucking cash app. And then he gonna take them to a calculator with their dead brained ass. And they gonna add up what you asked for. And they gonna realize that shit is under $100 to $200. And then they gonna go and look at the motherfuckers that they got in their contact list who asked for over 1,000, 500, etc. And they still gonna be friends with them. They gonna text their motherfucking ass in the midst of them going over what they didn't give you. With their stiff-neck, hard-hearted ass. They just can't find it in them. You's petty. You keep on asking for this. You keep asking for this. But the motherfuckers that's asking for shit, maybe in a 3-month span, asking for 500, 1,000, 300, 400, and they sending it. Then they gonna add that shit up. And they gonna be left with them motherfuckers. Let's see if they can keep up with them motherfuckers. Since everything's so motherfucking funny in a game and you this and you that, ain't no motherfucking past. The past is no more. If you ain't acting like a brother or sister of mine, bitch, I wouldn't give a fuck if we came out the same dick and vagina. And what the fuck that got to do with it? You mistreating me, nothing. You just think you got a free ride to do that. I don't fucking think so. You gonna have you motherfuckers fight in the air, choking in your motherfucking sleep. Adding up shit, bringing shit back to your remembrance to how you did people that had wisdom but not gold. And you gonna miss them talks, mind regulating talks with your fragmented ass. Here today, gone tomorrow, don't remember ass. Excuse making ass. Ego driven ass. Prideful ass. How far you up? Now look down. Bitch. Death to you motherfucking witches. You gonna hear about it. So-and-so dead. No, that was a witch. Give a fuck how old and what her color is. I thought she was gonna live so long. She worked out or she did. I just seen her yesterday. Did you really? Oh, well, that's the past. What you eating tomorrow? It's just true. Drink up, bitch. Pour yourself a libation down your throat and choke out. If I give a fuck. Because God clearly don't. Okay? These motherfuckers is frozen solid. They couldn't love you right if they wanted to. They ran out of time. And mind, baby. Let me tell you something. So then you just become their punching bag because you're related to them. Bitch, I have no relations, honey. In my Lil Wayne voice. We do what we got to, don't we? Amen, somebody. Bitch, if I'm going to be among you, bitch, this how you want it, well, this how I got to be. And until I get me somewhere to do or be and go, bitch, I'll be right where I'm at. You ain't going to ride up and ride down on a motherfucking thing, bitch. Some of y'all in some weird-ass situations. But they put you there with their little witchcraft, not even knowing how shit add up, divide, or subtract. You just end up living their life. Or you stay where your ass at and end up living their misery. Can't get to sleep in your big, beautiful house. A miserable millionaire is what I heard they called. It's just true. You work just as hard as these motherfuckers. They work and work hard on you. And addicted to money. And you might as well face it because you addicted to love. It's just what it is. And they find plenty people, honey. You can find a motherfucker to talk about a motherfucker all day. It ain't. Honey, baby, it's easier to do that than to find some DICK out here in these streets, okay? And you know that's easy to come by. Gossip, gossip girls, honey. And sometimes it's 3 dudes, okay? No training, nowhere, okay? Mm-hmm. Every man, woman, boy, and girl, honey. Personally and personal, honey. Let me tell you something. You ain't special, but you is. Kind of shit. You ordinary, but extraordinary. You see? Somebody, but nobody. You know? Somebody gonna be getting cash apps. You gonna hear them go off as you drifting off to sleep. Because God don't work it out. Because he got on somebody's heart, the heart that was available and wasn't bombarded by bullshit and ego. Voila. It ain't that hard. It's what God be saying. But you can't even fathom him in totality. But straight up be like, it ain't that hard. And what's wrong with these people? They gonna keep saying so-and-so blocking them? I'm trying to understand. Is it their own mind that's doing this? Trying to understand. That's where the mercy of God comes in at. Really trying to understand. Something that has gone wrong, clearly. Okay. For real. I gotta see what Tear do. A lot of women are under judgment. A lot. And some men that act like them. A lot. When I say women, I mean the feminine energy. Whether you a man or a woman, you operate out of feminine energy. Whether you want to admit it or not, you operate out of feminine energy and you are under divine judgment for how you do feminine and masculine energies that operate in a balanced way. If you're out of balance, you can't keep knocking me out of balance because that fucks up the thread. You have to come into your own balance without causing imbalances to others. If you don't do that, then you're under judgment. Because God is fair and just. It's just true. Some of y'all want to walk away from where you at, but you don't even know how you got there. Some of y'all got there so fast. 8 of Cups on top of the 8 of Wands. You ended up homeless so fast. Your life just spin out of control. You somewhere, you just like, what the fuck? But nonetheless, you still in a state of peace, wherever the fuck you at. And the same people that put you in this precarious situation are trying to conjure up enough gall to come check you or to come make your stay miserable or whatever. Mind you, they the same ones while you in the situation in the first place. So they're going to double hammer you. God said he don't fucking think so. You're in balance. Now you're causing creation that seems to be somewhat responsible imbalances. He doesn't think so. Y'all better lean on each other. It's clicks that's going to be judged. Clicks. There's a burden to humanity. He wants you to lean on each other. If that's the way you get your balance. But don't bring your ass nowhere near his creation that's working out their own soul salvation. And ain't bothering you. I know, I thought about Kanye. It gets scary, Kanye. It does. Because God tells you to do shit and say shit. And you know within yourself that it's nothing greater than whatever it is that's guiding you to do these things and to say these things. And then you have to say it and do it to people that hold their hand on you. But you're also intelligent enough to realize that's his too that they're holding on to, not giving to me. Now, where it gets kind of scary is it becomes like an I Am Legend movie because you're looking around at all of these people. You're in the world, but you ain't of it. God got you as a secret op or a special op. Okay, God, you see what they're doing? And you also know he can move on those same people to help you, and sometimes they do. That's how he show you his power too. Because like I said, he also owns and controls demiurges. But it does get scary. And God be looking into that too. Why are you scared? But then that's when he sees the pattern in the history of what people have done to other people. Now, it doesn't matter. Oh, now it makes sense of why you're afraid. Because they'll starve you with what they asked me for that I gave to them. Ain't that something? You see, ain't it? These is something else. King of Cups energy keep coming out. I got this as a water sign reading. I might go ahead and just put it as a water sign reading because I didn't do y'all. So here you go. This is pretty wavy. I'll tell you that much. People gonna have to pay. And they ain't never got it. Found wanting. Out I see her by the time, man, it's surely a loss. Even of his own goddamn mind. You hear me? For the games they be playing. Because they don't think God is real. They really don't. They don't love God. You don't love God. I love God. What's wrong with you? They see God as a burden. They wish people would just stop bringing him up. Because it seems that the devil been winning kind of shit. Or no devil at all. Let's just be ourselves, you know? Like, bitch, I won't let you leave me across the street with that shimmy shaking you doing. Okay? Now get the fuck out of here. It's just the truth. Y'all ain't about to hurt no more. Especially if you work for the divine. Honey, and you know when you work for the divine because you understand all the motherfucking words coming out of my mouth. And you know what some of these people are so slick as into thinking? God will forgive me. I'm putting it all out there. Yep, I did it. But they out of their mind. You see how this looks? Just go with me on this. Imagine this is a nutcase that's been doing all manners of evil. But in their mind, you see how she gripping that wine and gripping that sunflower like she created the wood and the sunflower. She out of her fucking mind. They done all this manner of evil. Done shit with people's hair, two people's hair, all kind of weird shit. And they're foolish enough to believe that God is going to keep blessing them regardless, and they're entitled to the same blessings that you are. Because it's out here now. That's what I do. Out here now, bitch. How long you been doing shit behind the scenes, bitch? That people weren't aware of. Until now they're in fuck situations that they don't even understand. How the fuck did they get here? But yet, they're still leaning and depending on something greater than themselves. You don't think God is going to go to work for them harder than he would for you, tear? He'll give it to you, but it ain't, you know. You see that? Real slick. Real slick, y'all. Haughty, real. That's that I made a fire, you made a dust, Lucifer shit. We already seen that. We already had that class. We don't want that class no more, bitch. I'm made of fire, Queen of Wands. You're made of dirt. Earth signs, kind of shit. Like, bitch, shut up. I'm telling you, these motherfuckers is everywhere. Half-hearted, can't love right, fucked up. They love money more than they love God. Love they lover less than they love money. The Ten of Swords also came out with the Ten of Pentacles, which just seems to me they ain't hurt no more. It was hurt about the money, not the person. They know they ain't gonna get it, so now it's saying, while I'm out here, this is what I do. God's still gonna see about me. Because at least I'm coming clean now. Bitch, what? I mean, you got the audacity to think they got the victory kind of shit. No, the only thing you're free from is the secrets that you were keeping. The only thing you're free from is it was hidden, bitch. Now it's out. So you feel a sense of freedom because it's out. However, now you got to deal with condemnation of self. Your conscience condemning you for what you did and done. You ain't got to that part yet. Right, though. You ain't got to that part yet. It's coming. Don't worry, it's coming. I know you looking to see. It's coming. They say I'm still making money. I'm still on my job. I'm still doing what I do, and it's out here. It's coming. Because it's right up on the hangman. Your conscience. It's coming. Don't worry about it. Shock of the hour, bitch. All that you've done brought back to your remembrance. That's when the great jihad starts. That's the jihad itself. Internal conflict. Be patient. It's coming. Okay? I ain't trying to out-slick you with nothing. I ain't trying to do nothing that trick you with nothing. I'm telling you what it is. It's coming. I'm telling you the truth. Just get ready. Put that work in. People keep talking about the work. What is it? The work. Yeah. That shit. All right, y'all. Somebody must want an oracle card. And I'm going to do that for y'all, too. Excuse me. 7th chakra. Archangel Uriel. Thinking what y'all thinking? Or channeling what y'all thinking too? Major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar, face fears. That's what some of y'all have to do right now. Because you want some shit you don't even know. I know. I'm in some shit I don't even know. You already know the answer you seek. Trust what you know. Let's say you do know. You do know, but you don't at the same time. You got a clue, but you're still trying to figure out where you're going from here. You not clueless at all on how you got there. Now, kind of shit. However, now that the wisdom, trust what you know. If you know God, trust Him. Door to value. People gonna see your wisdom is valuable because they understand. What's so crazy? A lot of people that have a lot of money, they understand that wisdom is way better than what they got. It's the motherfuckers that want to either come against them people, cover them, envy them, sabotage them, attack them, because they want it, can this shit. Now imagine they work just as hard doing all that shit that they doing. When they could just walk the stairs, don't touch nobody, find what the fuck they supposed to be doing, even if it's just facing their fears. Master Jesus. Guess he'll be the door. They think so, but baby, he is not talking to me. Honey. If I'm the bridge, bitch, the bridge is over. No, you will not be getting in. No, you can't pay your way in. No, you can't pray your way in. No, you can't convince me to. You can't use my blood. No. Me and my Father are one. What He say goes. So to darkness you go. To deal with the bullshit that you've been on. Connected to some people's sexual organs. And money. I told y'all the feminine energy, a lot of feminine energies are under divine judgment. Those that operate out of the feminine energy. I don't care if you call yourself Isis, Kuan Yin, Portia. I don't care. Neither does God. Jesus don't even care because He can't. He understands change of command. The divine director, intervention and purpose. Divine intervention is occurring. Know that you are being guided. Happiness is your purpose. Exactly. If happiness is my purpose, why do I have to fight for it? I'm tired. Who the fuck want to keep on? And who the fuck is you? And don't say that God is doing this. Don't do that. A lot of stuff. People use God and it ain't got nothing to do with that but their attachments to the idealisms of kind of shit. What it would be like. Kind of shit. Then get it and don't know what to do with it. It's just true. Some people gonna die because they refuse to release you. And who the fuck are they? Some people y'all in contracts with. They're gonna die because they refuse to release you from misery. They refuse to have care and compassion. It's just true. Magic is manifesting. Your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming reality. Stay focused. Master Buddha. Look like my hair. Increased awareness. Deep connection. Trust your inner voice. Purity. All right, collective. This been y'all reading. Channel message, honey, late night tip. Friday or now Saturday. If you're feeling the vibe, like, share, and subscribe. Love and light.